All right, solo podcast today. Welcome everyone. I want to get to know you guys, but before I get to know you guys, I feel like I need to tell you a little bit about myself. So I asked you guys on Instagram to toss me some questions, and you did some great ones and some not so great ones, some very weird ones. We'll go through some of the not so great ones and some of the funny ones, some very deep ones. I just want to do like a little therapy session and answer your questions. Very good questions, by the way. Like, what are you looking for in life was one of the questions, and that's a great one. Why don't we start there? What are you looking for in life? That's deep. I mean, like on a daily basis, I'm often looking for coffee, in the morning especially, right? Like if you have your needs met already, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, then you want coffee. That's what I'm looking for. And then usually after the coffee hits, I look for a sandwich. But if we're talking existentially, and jokes aside, I'm honestly pretty happy where I'm at, right? So I just graduated, just finished my master's program in organic synthetic chemistry, and you'd think I'd be, cooking the drugs right now and having a real job, but no, I'm a comedian. I'm doing this full time now, and honestly, I love to do it. I love creating content for you guys to watch, and I love going out there, most importantly, first and foremost, and doing comedy, live comedy. There is nothing like it. I love it. And I'm lucky enough to be in a position where, I'm young. I don't really have any debt or kids or a mortgage to pay, so I can go and chase my dream. And it's possible because of you guys watching me right now. So I appreciate that. And I'm honestly as happy as I've ever been. So like the other day, I don't know if you guys heard about this. There was like a lotto. I don't know. I forget what the lottery is called. I don't play the lottery, but I bought a lottery ticket because my mom was like, hey, it's Lotto 649. There's like the biggest jackpot in 10 years, 68 million. And I bought a ticket because whatever, 68 million would be nice. And I thought, what would I do if I won the lottery? How would I change my life? And being fully honest, I wouldn't do much different. I wouldn't have any stress about rent and I'd probably buy some cool podcast equipment and some nice camera gear. But honestly speaking, I feel like most people say, I'd quit my job, I'd move to Montana. I don't see a single thing that I would be doing different in my life. I'd still be making content. I'd still be going out, performing and trying to chase this comedy thing, wherever it will take me, because I love it. And I feel like I'm very lucky to be in that position, and I'm thankful. So yeah, what are you looking for? You know what? I'm healthy. My family's healthy. I'm doing what I love. I'm just trying to focus on the process. Right? Like I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm just trying to enjoy, be where my feet are kind of thing. That's a quote that kind of means just kind of be in the present moment. Because especially having, I'm an influencer, right? I influence through social media and dick jokes. So it's, a lot of my time is spent scrolling on social media to see what people are doing. What can I do? What's the next video I can make? Or what's the next joke I can write? So I do spend a lot of time on social media, which is not a great thing. Hopefully eventually I can focus on just the creative process. But right now I'm a one-man team, so I gotta do my research. And basically what I'm getting at is that the one negative thing about this is that I'm not often present. I'm thinking about what's my next idea, what's my next video, and I almost see life through like a filter of like, oh, this would be a good bit, which is not always great. But I'm trying to be more present and more zen. So I don't know, maybe do some yoga or some shit. But yeah, so that's the one thing I can improve on probably. But that's what I'm looking for in my life. Not much, really. Sometimes I want a bagel, sometimes I want pizza. But right now, I'm pretty happy. I got my coffee. I already got my bagel. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of coffee, this pumpkin spice crave, we're in October right now. It's not it. Like, I just posted a skit about this. The Americans in Europe, Americans drinking coffee with sugar and cream. Like, ew, what is this? Coffee-flavored coffee? Get that out of here. I love, like, I just get cheapest thing at Starbucks, double espresso on ice. $3.50, which is pretty expensive for a double espresso. But, You're not going to be spending anything less than $5 on a low-fat skim milk, 2 pumps of pumpkin syrup, cream, low-fat, I already said that, macchiato, whatever. That's going to run you $10 for a fucking small drink, which is ridiculous. Starbucks, get your fucking head out of the ground. What is this? But they're making bank. So you know what? They have monopolized. They're essentially a drug business. They are a cartel. They're selling you coffee, which is fully a drug, right? Anybody who drinks coffee, take a month off of coffee and then take a sip of coffee. You will be on cloud. It is a drug. That happens to be legal. And Starbucks is just selling it, and they have monopoly. They are a bigger business than Pablo Escobar could have ever dreamed of. He got into the Coke business. He should have gotten into the coffee business. I bet you if Pablo Escobar got into the coffee business, he would have been more successful than Starbucks, right? I think so. But these guys are just friggin' Starbucks. Stop selling us coffee. No, don't stop. I need it. I need it so much. I don't know what I would do without it. I feel like we got sidetracked there. Anyways, what's next? So yeah, what I'm looking for in life, not much, TBH. Check mark. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Should I just delete this? I have like a list of... Oh yeah, by the way, that question was sent in by Guile. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Guillaume. Yeah, I did my best there. You hear that background noise? That's the elevator shaft. My apartment is right in the corner of my building, and the elevator is like right outside my wall. It's not great for podcasting, but it is what it is. It's a tough life out here. Okay, I'm going to delete that so I don't go over it again. All right. The best province in Canada, sent in by the greatest minds on Instagram. All of these are from Instagram. I just posted a story, so thank you for asking these questions. The best province in Canada. All right. I'm going to try not to be nepotistic here. I mean, Ontario. I know it the most. It's a beautiful place. You know, I know there's a joke about it, Ontarable, you know, but I love it here. Toronto's okay. Lots to do. It's getting crowded. You know what they say, Toronto is an hour away from Toronto. You go anywhere and there's traffic. That's true. Oh, and by the way, you pronounce it, for all of you non-Torontonians, it's Toronto, Turrono, not Toronto. The second T is silent. If you're in Toronto, the number one way to give away the fact that you are a tourist is to say Toronto instead of Toronto, all right? People will nag you for that. Never say Toronto, it's Toronto. Let's get that out there once and for all. What else? What even else is there? There's Winnipeg, Winterpeg, because it's fucking cold. Murderpeg, people call it, because it's apparently dangerous. You know, yeah, that also sounds like a cool serial killer pirate. Murderpeg. Arg, I'm gonna murder you with my peg. I don't know. Yeah, will he peg? That's what all the ladies should be asking on the first dates, because it's important to set your boundaries or set your standards, right? If you want to peg or be pegged, will you peg in Winnipeg is the question that should be asked. Ottawa, boring. Hockey team is mid. Prime Minister likes Nazis now, so that's a no. Quebec, beautiful place, but you can't understand a damn thing those Quebecers say. I'm born and raised in Canada, hey? So I know French. I grew up learning French. Je parle en français. Pas très bien, mais je peux parler en français. Alors, there we go. There's a little sample of French there. So I know how to speak French. I can understand it. But when those Québécois speak their French, it's like I'm listening to ancient Greek or something. It is... I cannot understand it. So there we go. What else? I think I covered the basics. You know, Montreal, cool. Their hockey team is worse than mid, and it's cool. It looks like Europe. I'm sure it's a great place to be at. I'm sure they have their own problems, but yeah. So best province in Ontario. Best province in Canada, I think Ontario, because I live here, and you know, it's been good to me. So why trash it, right? Ontario is the final answer. Thank you very much. All right, just taking a sip of my iced coffee there. Hope you like that ASMR. I'm sorry about that. That was my bad. That was an accident. I slipped. All right, staying on this Canadian theme and Starbucks theme, actually, good transition. Tim Hortons or Starbucks, sent in from Karen. Yes, Karen. Sorry, Karen, for the slander that has been put upon your name in recent years. I know it must be a burden to carry around that name, but I believe you are a good person, and I don't think the Karen stereotype is true. I think the memes are funny, but I'm sure you are a great person, Karen. Starbucks is better, but I'm broke, so Tim's is the way to go. I know I have my Starbucks here, but this was... Okay, so this does not look like a double espresso. For all the people on YouTube, they can see the color of my iced coffee. On the podcast, listening on Spotify or whatever, you can't really see, but you can hear. So it's like a milky color. It does not look like espresso. I got a double espresso in the morning, and because I'm cheap and I did not want to get an actual iced coffee, I have iced coffee from like No Frills. The ice was good, so I refilled it and then put a little bit of creamer in there. Yeah, so I'm basically saying that I'm not that basic. I'm not gonna buy an iced cold brew from Starbucks. I am that basic. I wish I can buy an ice cold brew from Starbucks because their cold brew slaps, but I'm too broke to afford it. So it's double espressos and cold brew from No Frills for me. So that being said, yes, Tim's. All the way, because their coffee is shit on often, but it's not that bad, and it's much cheaper than Starbucks. So, what are you gonna do? When we're celebrating, if it's my birthday or anything, I'll go to Starbucks mostly because they give you a free coffee on their birthday. And I don't honestly. Again, if I won that 68 million, I think I'd still be cheap. I still like that pain you feel when you buy a medium coffee for $8 from Starbucks is very real, and I don't like putting myself through that. $8 for a grande iced Americano. What? $8? You know what you can get for $8? You can get a sandwich for $8. An $8 sandwich. If it's a big enough sandwich, you can feed a few people with that. And you're just getting a coffee. It costs them 5 cents to make. Okay. I'm not that cheap. I am that cheap, but it just hurts me to my core. What else do we have? Another question from Karen. Karen going hard in the question section. Which European countries did you visit this year? I hope you tried some local cuisine. Very good question, Karen. Thank you. Yes, I just came back from a trip to Amsterdam, visiting my friend who did his master's degree. Shout out Thomas. Stayed at his place. And the thing about Europe is that it's oh yeah, and also we did a day trip to Brussels. So I guess just Amsterdam and Belgium. We were deciding between Germany or France, but we chose Brussels for some reason. Brussels was nice. It's big. We saw some museums and like their big square. But and honestly, guys, Belgian waffles mid. Maybe I got it from a bad place, but it's a tourist trap. If you find a good place to get waffle, like there's a place here in Ontario called Dimitri's or whatever. I came back, I got a waffle from there. It was 10 times better. I was disappointed with the Belgian waffle. But yeah, Europe is so small. I went there in Amsterdam, so we're like right in the center, right from like a minute walk away from the central station. And we're like, okay, so where do we want to go for a day trip? You can, like, Toronto to Kingston is the same as distance-wise and time-wise. In Amsterdam, you're like a 2 to 3 hour bus/train ride away from Germany, France, Belgium, like wherever you want. And like some places I was enticed with was Dunkirk, because I'm a big World War II guy. That would have been cool to see where they stormed the beaches, like Munich, fucking Oktoberfest going on. Why not? Belgium. So we chose Belgium, but I was just blown away. We can go to all these places from here within like 2 hours. That's insane, right? That's like Toronto to Kingston or London or whatever. Not London, England, London, Ontario for my international followers. There's a very big difference. Why don't you find out for yourself? Go to London, Ontario, and let me know how that compares to London, England. That would be funny. Yeah, food-wise, I did try local cuisine. What's memorable for me? Oh, the stroopwafel from Amsterdam. It's a traditional Dutch. It's like 2 waffles with some caramel in between. Freaking amazing. I don't know why. I've never tried that before. We have to have that in Ontario. Does anybody know anywhere in Canada, Ontario, Toronto specifically, preferably, where you can get some good stroopwafel? Because that shit was, I bought like 5 packs from the supermarket on my way out because I ran through it in like a day, so I'm out. But it was amazing. It was like 90% of my diet when I was there. It's so good. Other than that, honestly, the food in Europe is like, there's good places everywhere you go. I live in Toronto, but like in the US, usually if you're in a city, you know, it's a multicultural melting pot. People bring the food with them. So honestly, in the modern world, the food is good everywhere you go. You just got to find the right places. We had some pizza. It was great. We had some steak. It was great. Everything was good. So, but like, yeah, standout stroopwafel. Belgian waffles were mid. The beer is strong. That's one thing about Europe. We did the Heineken tour because it's in Amsterdam. That was cool. Very touristy of us, but screw it. We did it. The beer is strong. Like, you get those local beers, especially around this time of year. There's this like cherry beer that they have. It's like 6 to 8%. You have one beer, you're good to go. I'm a lightweight, and yeah, that was, apparently they have something called festival beer because people come from all over Europe. I don't know if this is just in Amsterdam or this is like a general Europe thing, but the beer there is so strong. They have this festival beer so that tourists, when they come and they drink beer that's at 8%, they don't have 5 beers and then just get absolutely obliterated. So they lower their percentages so that people can drink it without dying, essentially. And man, they're just selling alcohol everywhere. As like somebody who lives in North America, American, whatever, it was surprising to see, like, just train station, convenience store, you can buy some cigarettes and a beer, no problem. It was pretty funny. So yeah, it was a great trip. Shot some content. Those Americans in Europe skits you guys all love, they're funny, guys. I can't believe people actually think I'm being serious in any of those videos. It's a joke, 100% a joke, okay? I'm just playing off of stereotypes in a lighthearted way. People get so butthurt in those comments. It's funny. I love to see it. You know, they get a lot of views, so I'm not complaining. But guys, it's a joke. I am an actor. Maybe I'm just a really good actor and people think I'm being serious, but I don't think that's the case. Next question, most intense spike ball match of the summer, asked by Luca. You know what that is. Luca is in fact somebody a competitor of mine, a very serious competitor on an opposing team in spikeball. I played him a few weeks ago on a little cottage weekend, and the game was intense. It's been 2 weeks, so I've recovered a little bit, and mentally I'm okay to say that I did in fact lose the game. My partner and I won the first match. It was a great victory, but then we lost 2 in a row. Lost the second one, and the tiebreaker was very close, came down to the wire, but we did in fact end up on the losing side of that. So it was tough, but it was an intense match. I got a good sweat going, and it was really fun. Spike ball, guys, if you've never played it, I know pickleball's the craze these days, but spike ball there's something about it. Just a nice summer day, a few cold drinks, and some spike ball on the beach. Can't be beat. I enjoy a good game of spike ball. So most intense match was very recently in September in Collingwood, Ontario. I will not forget that one soon. Do you like meeting fans on the street? Asked by, I didn't put the name down, so whoever asked this question, thank you. Yeah, it's fun. Still doesn't, it happens often enough. It's weird. For me, it's not weird to see, if I see you on the street, you're not weird, feel free to say hello, but it's just, it's happening more and more often. Like the other day, somebody asked to take a selfie with me at the gym, and I was like, okay, I kind of feel, yeah, it's fun. It's fun seeing you guys because, online, everybody is kind of anonymous in a way, even if you have a profile picture and like all your information is online, but in a way, it's like driving a car. You know how there's a Louis C.K. bit, I think, where he's like, I am the biggest asshole when I drive a car, which is not a good thing when I'm driving a heavy piece of killing machinery, But for some reason, when you put that glass and metal, or in this case, an Instagram profile in front of someone, there's this level of anonymity which brings out the good and the bad in people. Like I get some funny hate comments. I don't know if you guys saw on I posted on my story a few days ago, somebody just called me some obscene things and said some mean things after I posted a skit about Australia, and I just responded, "Mom," which was pretty funny, I think. But like, if you saw me on the street, would you call me those things? Would you say those things? I doubt it. If you do that, if you behave like that actively, you will get punched in the face. You know, if you fuck around, you find out. So I like meeting fans on the street because it's a face-to-face. No Instagram profile, nothing. It's just me and you. So I'm like, hey, what's up? What's your name? I'm Matt. Good to meet you. Take a picture, whatever. It's fun. So I hope to meet more of you, and feel free to say hello if you see me in the wild. Unless I'm doing something questionable, in which case, do not report me. I don't know. Yeah. Do you think you'll come over to the north of Italy? I live in the north. It would be great. Martha. I hope so. Italy's awesome. I'm a golf fan. They just had the Ryder Cup in Rome, so that was fun. Some great golf there, and just beautiful wineries, cheese, Italiano. I fucking love it. Yeah, I definitely. Hopefully we'll come one day to the north of Italy. So, yes. All right, we got a few questions left. What are we at? We're at 20 minutes. Perfect. We got another 10 minutes for some more questions. Do you have a girlfriend? This was asked 50 times, and yes, I do. So please stop sliding into my DMs. I am a comedian. I tell jokes. I used to be a bit of a fuckboy, admittedly. If you scroll down my Instagram enough, you'll see some questionable content that I might delete very soon, but people change, times change, and yes, I have a beautiful girlfriend that I love very much. For all you thirsty people out there, yeah. This is a funny question. How do you make your man bun, Josh? How do I make my man bun? I mean, I guess the same way. Josh, we're all human. How do I make my man bun? Just like you or anybody else that makes their man bun. I wake up in the morning, I put my pants on one leg at a time, and I make that fucking man bun. All right? We're all flesh, bones, and blood. I make my man bun just like anybody else. All right? We're all human. We all wear Costco socks, the Puma ones. I just make my man bun. Is there a secret to it? No, not really. You know, I use whichever hair product. When I was living at home, I'd use whatever my mom had. And now that I'm living with my girlfriend, I use whatever my girlfriend buys for my hair. She doesn't buy it for me. She buys for herself. But since I have long hair, it's actually, you know what? Since moving in with a woman, it's been amazing. I've learned so many things, like about self-care, skincare, hair care. Like, I am just a better... There's this thing called like the girlfriend effect, where every guy like kind of goes through a glow up once he starts dating someone. It's completely true. Like, my skin is glowing, my hair is glowing, my nails are stronger than they've ever been. It's great. You know, she buys, just yesterday I was going to bed and she's like, "Oh my God, you're breaking out." I'm like, "What do I do?" Oh no, normally I didn't wash my face when I was living alone. What kind of straight male washes their face before the age of 25? Like, I don't know. I think it's a stereotype we should get rid of, and I think men should wash their face more often because it has changed my life. So she gave me some scrub, and then another scrub, and then like a powder. So like, I think it's like the first thing was like oily, and then you wash it off, and then it's a scrub, some deep cleansing scrub, and then some kind of powder that you put on a little swab, a moist swab, and you put on your face and you spread it over, and then it like so it's wet and it's like a goo, and then you can spread it and then it becomes powdery again. That's when you know it's time to wash it off. I don't know what the hell I did to my face, but this morning I woke up and I was like fixed. It was better. Okay, so it's like 3 steps. 4. There was like another thing that you put on like specific spots on the. I don't know what any of this black dark magic is, but it works. It works. The products work. They're expensive, and I don't know where to start if I was to buy them by myself. So I don't think I'm ever gonna even. There is a lot of reasons I'm lucky to be with my girlfriend, but one of them is definitely the fact that she just takes care of my face and my hair and tells me what to wear, because I am clueless when it comes to all of that. So she's a personal stylist and makeupist and fucking showerist, I guess. Because, yeah, I didn't know there was a technique to taking... You know, guys, this... again, anybody with long hair, probably the girls already know this. You know there's a way to wash your hair? There's, like, a specific technique. You don't just, like, put shampoo in there and then hope it, like, works. You have to... So, first the shampoo, and you have to, like, lather the hair part, like the scalp, and then the conditioner. You don't just put that on there either. First of all, there is such a thing as conditioner, which I didn't use before I met my girlfriend either, admittedly. I know I probably should, but I'd never what is this, like moisturizer for your hair? Ew, no, my hair doesn't need to be moist. What is this? But the shampoo then, after the shampoo, you use the conditioner, and you put that on the ends of the hair, and you have to let it soak too for like a few minutes while you do your other stuff, and then you wash it off. This is amazing, and it makes a difference too. I didn't know, that was a thing before, but now I do, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for this knowledge. It's like a crash course in a lot of things, right? Like I'm learning so many things. Like I'm learning the difference between a duvet and a comforter, right? My girlfriend asked me, I have a bit about this. My girlfriend asked me to go get a duvet, came back with a comforter, and she was surprised I didn't know the difference. And I don't, but now I do. Like when I was single, the most complicated word I knew how to spell was chlamydia, and now we're all the way up to charcuterie. So we're doing well, okay? We're doing well. All right, and then final question of the day. Thank you if you made it this far. Please subscribe to me on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Leave me 5 stars or 1 star, whatever. Just rate the podcast. Do your thing. It helps a lot. Final question of the day. Should we do a fan meet someday? All your fans can have a fun time together. Guys, good news. I am a comedian. I perform often. I will be posting about shows coming up very soon. I have a show at the Comedy Bar Bloor in Toronto. So meet and greet in Toronto, October 22nd after my show if you come to it. Just keep posted. I'm working on a few more dates. I might be going outside of Toronto for all my Ontario fans. Kingston might be a place I'll be going. Maybe... the next weekend, the weekend after October 22nd, I'm going to Renfrew, Ontario, which is very north. If you know, you know, because if you're not from there, you definitely don't know. No more questions. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you learned a little bit about me. It was very fun doing this self-meditation. Please rate the podcast. You can rate it up to 5 stars. It's your choice. Rate it however many stars you feel. How much value did I bring to you today, to your morning commute or wherever you're listening to this? Please subscribe to me on Instagram, Matt Puzhitsky, TikTok. You can just search my name, or I think I'm like Young Tarzan on TikTok. YouTube, please, let's get that YouTube up there. Matt Puzhitsky as well. And I have a Patreon now. I'll be launching that soon, but it's already in the link in my bio. On my Instagram, so you can go ahead and I'll be posting like exclusive content on there, not feet pics, but like skits, bonus podcast content, and you can get discounts to my shows and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for listening. See you next time. Peace.